In this video we are going to talk about top 10 facts about Final Destination 2 movie. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Number 10. What's the story about? The sequel tells the narrative of a group of people who come together after a road accident caused by a prediction from a college freshman. What follows is a mad dash to save the life of an unborn child, aided by Clear River's Ollie Larder from the first film. The events of this film and the events of the first film converge and connect in unexpected ways, resulting in many surprises and discoveries regarding death and its goals for Earth. Number 9. Final Destination 2 is a horror film. Final Destination 2 is a supernatural horror film directed by David R. Ellis that was released in 2003. J. Mackie Gruber and Eric Bress wrote the screenplay, which was based on a scenario by Gruber, Bress, and series creator Jeffrey Reddick. It is the second episode of the Final Destination film series and the sequel to the 2000 film Final Destination. Ollie Larder, A.A.J. Cook, and Michael Landis feature in the film. Number 8. What parents need to know. Parents should be aware that this film is graphically violent and that death is a meaningless occurrence staged for dramatic effect. Many of the mishaps involve commonplace goods, which may cause some audience members to reconsider their surroundings. Several college-aged people use drugs casually and offhandedly, which the other characters seem to accept. Parents in this film appear unwilling to communicate potential danger with their children and powerless to assist their teenagers in surviving. Number 7. Reviews about the movie. Critics gave the picture a mixed response. Positive reviews praised the film as a real jolter for horror fans that recognizes the close relationship between fright and laughter and surprisingly good fun for the current crop of horror films, while negative reviews panned it as a silly and illogical work that begins with the same flawed premise as its predecessor, while positive reviews praised it as a real jolter for horror fans that recognizes the close relationship between the film earned $90 million internationally after grossing $46 million domestically and $43 million overseas, making it the lowest grossing picture in the Final Destination franchise. It also received 4 nominations, including a Saturn Award nomination for Best Horror Film. In February 2006, a third film, Final Destination 3, was released. Number 6. Final Destination 2 release date. On Friday, January 31, 2003, Final Destination 2 was released. The Recruit, Biker Boys, and The Guru were among 4 other films released on the same day. Number 5. Production. Final Destination was adapted from Flight 180, a spec script intended for use on The X-Files, by writers Jeffrey Reddick, James Wan, and Glenn Morgan. On March 17, 2000, the picture was released in the United States and Canada, generating $10,015,822 in its first weekend and a total of $112,880,294 worldwide. The film's success prompted Toby Emmerich, then president of production at New Line Cinema, to approach Reddick about a sequel, to which he agreed. "I wanted to expand on the mythology and not just present the same story again and over," Reddick said. Wong and Morgan were unable to participate in the shoot since they had already committed to their respective projects, The One and Willard. Instead, New Line hired David R. Ellis as director and writing partners Eric Bress and J. Mackie Gruber as co-writers, as well as second unit director and stunt coordinator David R. Ellis as second unit director and stunt coordinator David R. Ellis as second unit director and stunt coordinator David R. Ellis as second unit director and stunt coordinator David R. Ellis as second unit director and Number 4. Death of the main character Devon Sawa. Alex Browning, Devon Sawa, one of the key protagonists from the last film, was killed off-screen in this one. Sawa was rumored to be in a contract disagreement with New Line over salary deductions, but Perry clarified the situation by saying, it had everything to do with narrative, and nothing to do with money or Devon's refusal to come back. Despite this, Ollie Larder was rehired by New Line to continue her role as Clear Rivers. "I thought it was fantastic when New Line asked me to return. They showed me the script and let me to make suggestions, and it was fantastic." Larder's identity was revealed. Clear, according to Larder, because she has experienced so much grief in her life, has become tough and tucked herself away. She has established a safe haven for herself by having herself committed to a mental institution. Tony Todd also returned to his role as William Bloodworth, a mortician. It's the same character that the audience adored before, Ellis explained. Number 3. Filming. The film was shot on Vancouver Island, like the previous. We know the location, the people, and there's a huge economic incentive to shoot there. Justice Green, a line producer for 30 years, was able to find us the greatest team in town. It was perfect for our movie on so many levels. Perry said filming in BC was necessary. Route 23 was BC 19. The Plaza of Nations stood in for Tim's Hospital, Ellis Medical Complex. Farm and lake shots were filmed at Campbell River and Okanagan Lake, but it's Greenwood Lake, New York. We shot part of it at 37 degrees Lake, which is ice cream headache cold. Second, we filmed the underwater sequence in a 93 degrees tank. Landis explains. Cook and Landis did both stunts. My greatest fear is drowning in an automobile. Facing my fear was cool, Chef revealed. Landis, we got scuba classes to feel comfortable underwater and using a regulator. Number 2. Effects. Digital Dimension was in charge of the film's visual effects. The production chose their studio for the highway scenario because real logs only bounced about an inch off the road when dropped from a logging truck, according to CG supervisor Jason Crosby. They were worried about how they would pull off the shot because they didn't know if CG would work. We had just finished a test shot of our CG logs bouncing on the road, so the time was perfect. We sent a film to Vancouver, and the team was confident that any of the log shots could be done with computer graphics after seeing it, Crosby pointed out. It all started with log dynamics R and amp winking and laughing. Scripts were built to assist in the management of dynamic simulations involving real-world gravity, density, and other variables. The results were strikingly comparable to the original logs shot in Vancouver, a testament to the software's accuracy and the data we had gathered, but the logs lacked the jumping through windshields deadly instinct we were hoping for. We lured the logs into a livelier role by adjusting the parameters. On images with quick pans, motion blur, and filters like dust, mist, slabs of bark, broken chains, and other detritus, Senior Technical Director James Coulter applied creative 3D tracking. Edmund Kozin, a digital artist, altered high-resolution images that were meticulously stitched together to generate realistic texture amid the film's 22 CG logs. Splintering and ragged wood characteristics for the logs were also achieved with hair shaders. Physics such as the logging truck's speed and height, the length and width of the logs, the type of wood, and the density of a Douglas fir were all taken into account. Despite this, no CG cars appear in the final cut of the film. It was a possibility at first, so we did some dynamics testing utilizing the logs as hard bodies to smash cars with soft body deformers on them, Crosby admitted, but they didn't end up needing any CG cars after they were done filming. All of the death scenes, including the highway scene, were filmed using live casts of the performers. During the procedure, Landis felt claustrophobic. Although fake blood was used, CG blood was also displayed. Number 1. Original Motion Picture Score. Shirley Walker, who won a Daytime Emmy for her work on the promotional film, composed the original motion picture score. On September 30, 2003, it was made available alongside Willard, the original motion picture score, however it was not officially published. Commentators were enthusiastic with the score. Variety's Robert Kohler praised Shirley Walker's score for displaying a profound mastery of horror jolts. Detective's Pete Roberts praised the score as top-notch. Crank up the volume and ready for a sonic feast, DVD.net Australia's Anthony Horan advised viewers. Despite this, IGN Movies' Chris Carroll stated, although the music is nothing you'll remember, it gets the job done. What do you think about our video? Please let us know in the comments area below. If you enjoyed this video and would want to hear from me again, please subscribe and turn on the notification before leaving. Thank you for watching us.